You see, school teaches us many things, how to solve equations, memorize facts, and follow instructions. But life doesn't work like that. Out here, the rules are different. No one gives you grades. No one tells you what's coming next. And success doesn't come from how well you remember, but how well you adapt. The first skill you need is understanding people. In school, we learn how to compete with each other. But in life, you must learn how to connect with people. Your ability to work with others, to understand what they need, and to make them believe in you, that's far more powerful than any exam score. The second skill is communication. Many people are talented, but they never learn how to express themselves. You can have the greatest idea in the world, but if you can't make people understand it, it stays locked inside you. Learn to speak clearly. Learn to listen deeply. Communication builds trust, and trust builds opportunity. The third skill is resilience. In school, failure means a bad grade. In life, failure means growth. Out here, you will fail not once, but many times. The difference between those who make it and those who quit is simple. The successful ones get back up. They don't complain. They learn, adjust, and try again. The fourth skill is adaptability. The world changes fast. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. You must keep learning, keep upgrading yourself. Don't wait for someone to teach you. Become your own teacher. Learn new things every day because the world doesn't reward what you know, it rewards what you can do. The fifth skill is emotional intelligence. Your emotions can either guide you or control you. Learn to stay calm when others panic. Learn to think when others react. The strongest people are not the loudest. They are the ones who stay steady when everything else is falling apart. And finally, the most important skill of all, vision. You must know why you are doing what you are doing. Not just to earn money or impress people, but to create something meaningful. When you have a vision, challenges become part of the journey, not roadblocks. So yes, school gives you knowledge, but life demands wisdom. And wisdom doesn't come from books. It comes from experience, from failure, from patience, and from never giving up on yourself. Don't wait for permission to learn. Don't wait for someone to tell you it's your time. This is your time. Learn the skills life truly rewards: people, communication, resilience, adaptability, emotional strength, and vision. Because the real classroom is the world around you. Understanding people is one of the most powerful and underrated skills you can ever develop. In school, you are often taught to compete, to get better grades, to stand out, to be number one. But in life, success doesn't come from standing above others. It comes from working with them. No matter how smart, skilled, or talented you are, your ability to connect with people will always determine how far you go. Understanding people means more than just being friendly or polite. It means being able to read emotions, notice what others value, and respond in a way that builds trust. Every person you meet has different dreams, fears, and motivations. When you learn to understand those differences, you gain a kind of wisdom that no textbook can give you. You begin to see that everyone is fighting their own battles, and instead of judging, you start empathizing. That empathy turns into respect, and respect opens doors that talent alone cannot. In the real world, success is built on relationships. Whether you are an entrepreneur, a leader, or an employee, your ability to work well with others defines your growth. People want to work with those who make them feel seen and valued. When you treat others with respect, when you listen instead of interrupting, when you try to understand instead of argue, people naturally trust you, and trust is the foundation of every great opportunity. Another part of understanding people is learning how to handle conflict. School rarely teaches that. In life, you will meet people who disagree with you, criticize you, or try to bring you down. Reacting with anger or ego will only make things worse. But when you understand people, you realize that most negativity comes from insecurity, not hatred. Instead of fighting back, you stay calm, keep your dignity, and respond with patience. That emotional maturity earns more respect than any clever comeback ever could. Understanding people also helps you lead better. Leadership is not about giving orders. It's about inspiring others. A good leader knows how to bring out the best in their team by recognizing each person's strengths and helping them feel important. When people feel valued, they give their best effort, not because they have to, but because they want to. Even in personal life, this skill changes everything. You build deeper friendships, stronger families, and healthier relationships when you learn to listen and care. Most people just wait for their turn to speak. Few actually listen to understand. If you can be that person, the one who truly listens, you will always stand out. At its core, understanding people is about emotional intelligence. It's about seeing beyond words, sensing what someone feels, and responding with empathy. It's a skill that turns strangers into allies, customers into fans, and teammates into believers. In the end, success is not about how many people you can impress. It's about how many you can connect with. When you learn to understand people, you don't just become smarter, you become wiser. And that wisdom will carry you further than any degree ever could. Communication is one of the most valuable skills you can ever master, yet it's something school rarely focuses on. We're taught how to write essays, memorize definitions, and pass exams, but not how to express ourselves clearly or connect with others through our words. In real life, your ability to communicate shapes how people see you, how much they trust you, and how far your ideas go. You could have the most brilliant thoughts in the world, but if you can't explain them in a way others understand, they stay locked inside your mind. Good communication starts with clarity. Many people speak to sound smart. Few speak to be understood. True communicators know how to make complex ideas simple. They think before they speak, choose their words carefully, and focus on helping others understand, not on showing off. When you speak with honesty and simplicity, people listen. They feel your confidence, not because you're loud, but because your message is clear. But communication is not just about speaking. It's equally about listening. Most people listen to reply, not to understand. They wait for their turn to talk instead of paying attention to what the other person really means. When you truly listen, you show respect. You notice tone, body language, and emotions that words alone can't express. Listening deeply allows you to respond wisely. It builds trust faster than any speech or presentation ever could. Another part of strong communication is emotional awareness. You must know how your words make others feel. Sometimes what you say is right, but how you say it makes it wrong. Communication is about timing, tone, and intention. It's about delivering your message in a way that inspires, not hurts. Learning when to speak and when to stay silent is also part of this skill. Silence, when used wisely, can say more than 1,000 words. In the workplace or in business, communication is the bridge between ideas and execution. You might have a vision, but you need to express it so your team understands and believes in it. A good communicator doesn't just talk. They connect. They make others feel part of the journey. When you communicate effectively, people don't just hear you, they feel motivated to act. That's how leaders inspire teams and how ordinary people influence change. Confidence also plays a big role in communication. Many people have good ideas, but stay quiet because they fear being judged. Overcoming that fear takes practice. The more you speak, share, and express your thoughts, the more comfortable you become. Confidence doesn't mean being loud or aggressive. It means standing behind your words with belief and authenticity. People respect those who speak with conviction and humility at the same time. In relationships, communication builds understanding and prevents conflict. Most problems between people come from poor communication, not from bad intentions. Being open, honest, and kind with your words can heal more than silence or anger ever will. Ultimately, communication is not just a skill, it's a form of leadership. It allows you to share your ideas, influence others, and build stronger human connections. When you master it, you gain the power to inspire, to unite, and to make your message matter. Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities you can develop, yet it's something no school truly prepares you for. In school, failure is treated like something to fear. You get a bad grade, and you feel ashamed or discouraged. But in real life, failure is not a punishment, it's a teacher. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fail, they're the ones who never stop trying. Resilience is the ability to keep going when things don't go your way. It's the quiet strength that keeps you standing when life tries to knock you down. Life will test you in ways you can't predict. You'll face rejection, disappointment, and mistakes that make you question your path. But every setback carries a lesson. The key is how you respond. Some people quit after the first failure, others get back up, learn, and move forward stronger than before. That's resilience. The difference between giving up and growing up, it's not about avoiding pain. It's about using that pain to become wiser and tougher. Resilient people see failure differently. They don't see it as the end of the road, but as part of the journey. They understand that every success story you admire is built on many unseen failures. Behind every achievement, there are nights of doubt, frustration, and hard work that no one claps for. But those moments are what build character. When you keep showing up, even when no one believes in you, you prove to yourself that your strength is real. Resilience also teaches patience. In a world that demands quick results, patience is rare but powerful. Sometimes progress is slow and things take longer than expected. But resilience reminds you that time is your ally, not your enemy. You learn to trust the process, to take small steps every day, and to keep moving even when the finish line feels far away. Another part of resilience is emotional control. When things go wrong, it's easy to get angry or lose hope. But reacting emotionally doesn't solve problems. Resilient people feel their emotions, but don't let emotions control them. They stay calm under pressure and focus on solutions instead of problems. This ability to stay composed makes them stronger in difficult times and earns the respect of others. Resilience also comes from self-belief. You must believe in your ability to bounce back even when circumstances look impossible. Life doesn't always go according to plan, but you can always choose how to respond. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you'll never struggle. It means you'll never stop trying. And perhaps the most beautiful thing about resilience is that it's built through experience. No one is born with it. Every challenge, every failure, every heartbreak shapes it. Each time you rise after falling, you become a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little more unstoppable. Resilience is not about being fearless. It's about moving forward despite fear. It's not about never falling. It's about rising every single time you do. When you learn this, life's challenges stop breaking you. They start building you. And that's when you realize that true strength was never about avoiding failure. It was about never letting failure define you. Adaptability is one of the most essential skills you can have in today's world. Everything around us is changing. Technology, careers, lifestyles, and even the way we think. What worked yesterday might not work today, and what seems secure now might disappear tomorrow. In such a world, the people who survive and grow are not necessarily the smartest or the strongest. They are the ones who can adapt. Adaptability is about staying flexible, open-minded, and ready to adjust when life takes a new turn. In school, we are often taught to follow fixed rules, memorize the right answers, and stick to one path. But life doesn't come with a single answer key. It constantly shifts and surprises you. Being adaptable means learning to flow with change instead of fighting it. You may have a plan, and it's good to plan, but you must also be willing to change that plan when reality demands it. Sometimes life will take you in directions you never expected, and instead of asking, why me, you need to ask, what can I learn from this? That small shift in mindset is the root of adaptability. Adaptable people see opportunities where others see problems. When something goes wrong, they don't freeze or complain. They look for another way forward. They are creative thinkers who can adjust their approach, try new methods, and keep moving. In business, this ability can be the difference between failure and success. Markets change, customers evolve, and technology moves fast. If you don't adapt, you get left behind. But if you learn quickly and stay curious, every change becomes a new chance to grow. Adaptability also means being comfortable with uncertainty. Most people fear the unknown because they crave control. But the truth is, control is often an illusion. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you respond. When you accept that change is a constant part of life, you stop resisting it and start using it. You begin to see that every ending is just the beginning of something new. Another part of adaptability is the willingness to learn. Many people stop learning after they finish school, but the world never stops teaching. The moment you think you know enough, you start falling behind. Adaptable people are lifelong learners. They read, observe, and explore new ideas. They're not afraid to be beginners again because they know growth only happens when you step out of your comfort zone. Adaptability also builds emotional strength. Change often brings discomfort, new challenges, new people, or new situations. Instead of fearing them, adaptable people embrace them. They stay calm under pressure, trust their ability to adjust, and find peace even in chaos. This kind of mindset doesn't just make you successful, it makes you resilient and wise. In the end, adaptability is about evolving without losing yourself. It's about knowing who you are, but being flexible enough to grow into who you need to become. The world will keep changing. Your only job is to keep learning, keep adjusting, and keep moving forward. Those who can adapt don't just survive change, they use it to shape their future. Emotional intelligence is one of the most important abilities a person can have, yet it's something very few people truly understand. In school, we're taught how to solve problems with our minds, but not how to manage what's happening in our hearts. Emotional intelligence is the skill of understanding yourself and others, knowing how to control your reactions, handle pressure, and build meaningful relationships. It's not about being emotional all the time. It's about being aware, calm, and in control when emotions try to take over. At its core, emotional intelligence starts with self-awareness. This means knowing what you feel and why you feel it. Most people react without understanding what's going on inside them. They get angry, anxious, or upset, and they let those emotions make their decisions. But when you develop emotional intelligence, you learn to pause. You take a moment to observe your feelings instead of being ruled by them. That small pause changes everything. It gives you power over your response. You stop saying things you'll regret and start handling situations with maturity and clarity. The second part is self-control. Life will test your patience and people will push your buttons. You can't control what others do, but you can always control how you respond. That's emotional strength. Staying calm in chaos doesn't mean you don't care. It means you refuse to lose your peace. When you can control your emotions, you make better choices, build trust, and maintain your dignity even in difficult situations. People who stay calm under pressure often gain the most respect. Another key part of emotional intelligence is empathy, the ability to understand what others feel. It's easy to focus on your own problems, but when you take the time to see things from someone else's perspective, your relationships change completely. Empathy builds connection. It helps you listen better, respond with kindness, and create harmony even when opinions differ. In leadership, empathy is the bridge that connects people. It helps teams work together, not out of fear, but out of understanding and respect. Emotional intelligence also means being socially aware. It's about reading the room, understanding the mood, tone, and energy of the people around you. When you walk into a meeting, a classroom, or even a conversation, notice more than just words. Notice body language, facial expressions, and silence. Often, what's not said tells you more than what is. This awareness helps you communicate more effectively and avoid unnecessary conflict. Lastly, emotional intelligence helps you build stronger relationships. Whether in business, friendship, or family, people remember how you make them feel. When you treat others with respect, when you listen without judgment, when you show patience, you create trust. That trust becomes the foundation for everything else. Emotional intelligence doesn't make you perfect, it makes you real. It allows you to face challenges without losing yourself, to understand others without judging them, and to lead with heart, not ego. The truth is, the smartest person in the room isn't always the one with the highest IQ. It's the one who knows how to stay calm, connect with people, and handle emotions wisely. That's the real power of emotional intelligence. And it's a skill that will serve you for the rest of your life. Vision is the ability to see beyond the present, to imagine what could be, even when others only see what is. It's the skill that separates those who drift from those who lead. School often teaches us how to follow instructions, memorize answers, and stay within boundaries. But life rewards those who can look past the rules and picture a bigger future for themselves. Vision is what gives direction to effort. Without it, you may work hard but still feel lost, because effort without purpose is like running without a destination. Having vision means knowing why you're doing what you do. Many people work long hours, chase success, or follow trends without ever asking themselves what they truly want. Vision gives meaning to the struggle. It's the reason you wake up early, the reason you keep going after failure, and the reason you say no to distractions. When you have a clear vision, you stop living by chance and start living by choice. A true vision isn't just about money, fame, or recognition. It's about impact, about creating something that lasts. When your vision is bigger than yourself, it gives you strength during hard times. Challenges become part of the journey instead of reasons to quit. Every setback turns into a lesson because you know where you're headed. People with vision don't get lost in temporary failures. They focus on the long-term picture. Vision also requires courage. It's easy to see what already exists, but it takes bravery to believe in something that hasn't happened yet. You'll face doubt from others and from yourself. People might not understand your dreams, and that's okay. Visionaries often walk alone in the beginning. They see things that others can't. But that belief, that quiet confidence, becomes the force that changes everything. Having a vision also means taking responsibility for it. It's not enough to dream. You must turn that dream into action. Vision without execution is just imagination. Every step you take toward your goal, no matter how small, turns your vision into reality. The key is consistency, doing a little every day, staying focused, and never losing sight of your purpose. A strong vision inspires others. When people see your passion and commitment, they start to believe in your direction. That's how leaders are born, not through titles, but through clarity and conviction. A person with vision doesn't need to push others. Their example naturally pulls people forward. Vision also keeps you grounded. It reminds you of what truly matters when life gets noisy or confusing. When you have vision, you stop comparing your journey to others. You understand that everyone's path is different, and you focus on building your own. In the end, vision is not just about seeing the future. It's about shaping it. It's about believing in something before it exists and having the patience to bring it to life. With vision, you don't just react to life, you lead it. And once you discover that kind of purpose, no obstacle is strong enough to stop you.